Okay, I wanted to do a video. This one is gonna seem out of left field a bit, but I just came across Trisha Swirl's live, which I thought she wasn't supposed to be back, but she came back. Um, but I watched her live on Miss Elite's channel anyway. And I was like, I watched it over again just to see if I missed anything. And I was like, oh goodness, I liked everything she said basically. Not, well, there might have been a few things I didn't agree with, but generally that was a good live. I did agree with most of the things she was saying on her live. Um, this is a main reason I subscribed to Crystal Swirls in the beginning was because of her stance on colorism. Um, But she's so right with the brown skinned, what she said about brown skinned girls who basically uh, try to be basically kind of like that light skinned girl compared to the dark skinned girls. That was so true on that level. And then there's that whole thing that she was trying to basically explain her experience as a lighter skinned girl, and I totally did relate. So yeah, I just thought that that was interesting, and then also the part with about Chrissy starting off everything. I do agree. I feel like that is a definite reason why swirlers look so bad. When I was first starting out watching YouTube and kind of like starting my own channel, but I really hadn't started until last January. I think it was February. No, it was January. Um, but when I started watching YouTube in January, I think 2019, I think I noticed that the swirler and divester part of YouTube constantly tried to push an idea of dark-skinned women, you know, um, basically being rejected because of colorism. And, that honestly, from my perspective, has always been a fake swirler to me. Those are fake swirlers because um, you really prefer dark skinned black men. If you didn't prefer dark skinned black men, you wouldn't want to be an option for black men. You wouldn't be interested. You wouldn't care if you were preferred. You wouldn't care if you were not preferred. I can say this personally for myself. I've never cared or not, like, I've never cared if I was preferred or not preferred by dark skinned black men. All I know is that they're not preferred by me. And sorry. Sorry. Yeah, there. But yeah, I know they're not preferred by me, and so I mean, I don't really find them to be really much of my concern if I'm interested or not. It's more the matter of what I care about as a swirler, And because I prefer white men, I don't prefer, black men, or they're not an option for me really. Why would I care if I'm preferred by them? Why would I want them to prefer me? You know, why would I care? So that's why I'm like with dark and black people who are basically, crying about colorism. And I hate when they cry about colorism. Goodness, it is annoying. Because colorism isn't even really real. It's just real when you're talking about dark skinned men, because dark skinned men are just like dark skinned women. They both have insecurities on being dark skinned. So they basically, take it out on each other. And then they start crying about colorism that's basically been inflicted upon them by people of their own complexion. So it's so weird. They always look to other people about crying about this, and it's so weird that they will, try and claim they're swirlers and they're only into other races, then cry about what other people don't want that they claim they don't want themselves. If you don't want black men, then you shouldn't be crying about black men because you don't want them. So that's basically all I have to say on that. I thought that she was so correct on Chrissie's channel because Chrissie is a mammy, quite obviously, always with black men, at that, with drug dealer black men at that. And I mean, she's never swirled a day in her life, yet she's trying to talk about swirling. I feel like most of the colorism crybaby channels often try to claim swirling as kind of like another dynamic to their channels to get more views, to get more subs, and all this stuff, And it only just results in swirlers looking like crap. We look like crap because now they're making them as colorism rejects us, basically, and saying that colorism is our issue when colorism isn't our issue. And I've said this before personally as a person who isn't dark skinned and is the same complexion as like Crystal Swirls, like more like a lighter skinned, I guess you could say. I've always said that how are you complaining about dark skin that you don't have, basically, when you're a swirler and you're a divester and you're supposed to be crying about colorism at the same time? Because I've seen, like I said, in the beginning of me watching YouTube and the black YouTube sector, you would see that they would include colorism crybabies with divestors and swirlers. And it's like, you understand that people can have preferences and it's not up to the black man whether he likes you or not, whether you're with him. You have a choice. And if you don't like that black man, then you're not going to be with that black man. It doesn't matter what he wants. So that's why, for me, it's just like, I don't understand why people always focus on, you know, and concluding colors and crybabies with swirlers. Sure, there are dark skinned black women who are true swirlers. I'm not saying that they're not. But I'm saying that if you're a colorism crybaby and you're a swirler in result of that, you are a fake swirler. And you're just making the rest of us look like shit. So I don't know. I just agree with that live that she made. It was wonderful, very perfect. And I've usually agreed with her on colorism. Honestly, it's just like I said in the past. I don't want to down any dark skinned black woman for how she looks, and I wouldn't say any black woman, looks like any kind of animal or anything like that. I think dark skinned black women are so beautiful and so ideal, and they're like the epitome of all femininity. So there's nothing against, dark skinned black women or anything of that nature. I'm not negative towards them, but I do agree with her video on this. She's very right. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching and bye.